Hey there, everyone. Hope you're all having a great week. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Dani Catania, and I am the Product Education Specialist for Isagenix ANZ. I have a breadth of experience around, obviously I'm a trained sports dietitian, breadth of experience around sports nutrition and exercise. Hey guys, and I can see Haley's on, Sam. G'day guys. And I just wanted to jump in here because this is a question that keeps coming up time and time again. Should you eat before exercise? What's better? Hey, Shayna, it sounds like this question's come up for you as well. So let's chat a little bit about the science behind and kind of where this question's coming from, all right? So number one is, fasted state exercise has been recently kind of touted to improve fat metabolism and accelerate your your weight loss results, right? We'll talk a little bit about what the evidence behind that is, okay? It's also a known fact that inadequate carbohydrate, so not enough carbohydrate, is actually is very limiting when it comes to your, what we would call prolonged aerobic exercise performance, right? It's like the number one sports nutrition supplement is carbohydrate, and it's one that's often overlooked. I just helped an incredible triathlete who she improved her PB by 15 minutes in an Olympic distance triathlon just because we got carbohydrate right. So that's a really important aspect. So what's better, fed, fasted? Let's kind of bust it open. So a recent review paper found that there were actually no significant differences for weight loss whether subjects were fasted or fed before they trained. All right, so so there was no difference. So the subjects lost the same amount of weight, had the same weight loss results, whether they ate before exercise or ate immediately afterwards. So that's a really key difference. And from what I can see in the most recent science is it really comes down to a couple of things. It comes down to things like, what are the goals behind the exercise or the training what type of exercise are you doing? It comes down to what are your goals, how you feel. There can be differences between aerobics, so really so if you're going for a run or a bike ride where it's going to be longer than an hour, where we're really going to start to need some carbohydrate, versus resistance training, which can be obviously periods of high intensity, but often there's some periods of recovery in between. So I guess in a nutshell, I really want to keep these videos really nice and brief for you guys. So really, I kind of asked myself three main questions. Number one, are you training for more than an hour? If you are, then it's probably a good idea to have something, if not before you train, have something during with carbohydrates. So something like amped hydrate could be a really great option for you to have during. Also, we've got, there is some carbohydrate, this is like 9 grams, it's not a whole lot, but there is some carbohydrate in each scoop of amped nitro. So that might be something that you choose to use during or to support your workouts that are longer than 60 minutes. When we're talking about carbohydrate, having enough carbohydrate to support an intense aerobic workout, so you're going for a run that's longer than an hour, or a bike ride that's longer than an hour, maybe it's you're doing an endurance type of swim. I know there's some of you guys that are training for that are getting sort of triathlon ready. These are, we're talking about 30 to 60 grams of carbohydrate per hour of exercise. So when you compare that, like 9 grams in a scoop of amp nitro is really not it's not a lot in the scheme of things. So just something to bear in mind. So that's number one. So what length of time are you training for? Number two is what type of training are you doing? Are you doing aerobic exercise or are you doing resistance exercise? If you're doing aerobic exercise, so that's that kind of especially when it gets higher intensity, like I said, run, swim, bike, anything that's really that we're using a lot of oxygen and it's that higher intensity, you may think about having some fuel before, and so having something to eat before you exercise. If you are training, you're off to the gym, maybe you're up at 5 a.m. and you're at the gym by 5:30 or 6 o'clock. Might not be hungry. It's just, or you just, it's that you can work out really well in the fasted state. then go for it. There may be some advantages to fat metabolism, training in a fasted state or without food. There is a rise in free fatty acids in your circulation because it means, what that basically means is that you are releasing, you're using some of those fat stores for energy because you haven't provided that with food. But then after, but there's no real difference when it comes to weight loss. It might be good for some people that are trying to help their bodies adapt more to using fat better during a workout. That's probably the only difference. But then this leads me on to question number 3, which is what feels better for you? If you feel better when you're on an empty stomach, you can just get in there, you have some gut upset. If you eat too close to exercising, that's okay. You can train very well in a fasted state. If you're someone who that you couldn't even think about walking out of the house without having a shake or something in your tummy before, and you couldn't think of exercising on an empty stomach, then that is the right answer for you. It means train in a fed state. You have set aside, I always talk about this, you've put aside that time to train, make it count. Really, even when we're talking about weight loss, if you know that you've got an hour or you've got 45 minutes to get in there and smash out a workout, and you can push yourself harder, faster, longer when you've had breakfast or you've had something to eat before you train, then eat before you work out, because that is going to actually maximize the amount of calories that you're burning. And so obviously it's going to have really good repercussions when it comes to maximizing your calories burned equals more weight loss, right? So that is a good thing. So really think about those questions. So just to kind of recap, number 1, how long are you training for? If it's more than 60 minutes, think about food. Number 2, what type of training are you doing? Is it going to be kind of steady state and it's going to be prolonged? Then think about eating before. And thirdly, what works for you? What feels better for you? And test it both ways. Also, I feel like the time of day can make a difference for some people. Some of us, if your workout is first thing in the morning, you may feel better on an empty stomach and then have your breakfast or your ice shake straight after. But if you are training maybe in the afternoon, maybe after work or after your day, and obviously you've been eating during the day, then you're going to know exactly how long you need to leave so that your gut feels comfortable before you go out and train. So I hope that's helped, guys. And I'm going to share this in the Ice Body Challenge Facebook group as well, because I know that question's been coming up. So I hope it's been useful. Over and out for you guys. Have a great week, and I'll catch you all next week. Bye for now. And for those of you who'll be in Adelaide, I'll see you at Super Saturday in Adelaide this Saturday, where we are covering off on the roadshow content. I can't wait to see you all. Bye for now, guys. See you then.